Hey guys, how y'all doing? This is OV Transport Guy coming to you real quick. Just something just kind of dawned on me and let me remind you guys about that are doing your own business, everything. I had mentioned before how I had to just initially cut off an individual that I was doing drives for. And so just with thinking about that, I realized that again, not all money is good money. And so even though I was getting a decent money from that individual, few things that I had to consider. First thing, while I may be doing my business, picking up a first ride, this individual essentially would have paid, or should I say, it was equivalent of a couple of people in terms of doing that versus Uber, that type of thing. Just rideshare drives just in general. However, because I had to drive from where I'm at early in the morning, pick her up, bring her to the facility, bring them back to the house, there was this thing where you're getting taken advantage of and may not be aware of it, because you have stops in the middle of that were unnecessary. It seemed okay at the time, but here's the thing. My window of dropping off, picking up was very small. And yes, I could work it right. But I had to end up picking that individual back up and taking her home. But as a result, that's where I'm losing clients, because potentially I can't make long trips if I've got this window to pick them up and to drop them off, right? So that's first thing, number one, which means is that I would have to find regular local drives dealing with the rideshare versus my private ones. Two, this individual rides was a little jump in the distance to where if I wanted to make longer rides at a specific time, that would have been impossible, and I'm losing potential clients that I can gain as a process of that. So in the long run, while I'm making this particular money, there's several factors in there to where I'm also losing too. So at the end of the day, you are making a bad business move. And as a result of that, you're missing out on a lot of other opportunities. Plus, you see the writing on the wall of being taken advantage of. It was very subtle at first, but then it became greater and greater. And the biggest thing for me that happened, the individual, let's just say it took a little bit for them to get the right money as the process goes. You have several business cards or credit cards or whatever, or debit cards that declined, and there's an excuse behind it. In my situation, or my deal is this: I can take payment, cash app, credit cards, Zelle, Venmo, things of that nature, right? So I have all the avenues of doing that to make it as convenient as possible. But for individuals that, are around our age and stuff, and I'll use myself as an example. I don't mind giving somebody a cash tip. That's cool. But 99.9% of the time, I'm using debit, credit card in the society we live in. The only folks that I would, have more understanding for would be the seniors indefinitely, or perhaps international folks. The only folks. And that's really, really rare with international that basically just came here to the country. Typically, that's very rare that would happen. But I would have to say those are the two deals. Now you do have, doing personal drives that I do personally, when I'm taking care of seniors and veterans and stuff, they're going to give me cash. It's going to be bam, bam, I got it right here. Here you go. I'm going to go to the bank and get it. I expect that for them. My stuff accommodates for that. But for younger generation to have to do that a lot when there's other avenues and resources, or there's a decline on their cards, it's very questionable. And it makes you wonder, okay, what in the world is going on? And what I see, because that whole cash amount there were several factors that lead into that. There was constant cash for a person that's not that much older than me. The claim that they don't really like technology in terms of debit cards, credit cards, whatever the case is. Okay, you might be 6 or 7 years older than me. There's really no excuse for that. Okay, you have that situation. And I think the biggest thing is having to go, cash your check from your boss to pay the driver, and I had that happen to me. And these are little bumps and things that I learned along the way. Did it start off like that? No. But it didn't take me long to figure out, okay, put two and two together. So then the obvious question is, should I trust this individual if there's all these ups and downs? And so the big telltale sign is, you're doing different things because you technically don't have it, but you're not using other rideshare companies because they know, we're not going to pick you up if you don't have it right then and there. And they take that sucker right then and there, versus somebody like myself don't mind waiting for you. But there's a price to pay, but you have to really watch that carefully. And so at that point, I was like, okay, that's it. So I had more than enough legitimate reasons. The point of all this is this, guys, be sure, why you want to take care of people that you're doing business for. Just be mindful. We're not in this just because it's a great idea. And it is a great idea, whatever it is you're doing. But you do want to get paid. And you do want to make sure you conducting business the right way with the right person. Because if you're not, and you're losing, and you see you being taken advantage of, that's a no-win. And you're losing opportunities to build your business. That's the key thing. If you're not able to build your business and it's stagnant because of individual, consider removing yourself from the equation. So that's the thing I want to tell you. Consider removing yourself from a problematic equation. And that's it for OV Transport Guy. Hope this message helped you guys. Talk to you later.